Hey guys, how's it going? So today we have a couple of projects to work on outside, but you can see I'm starting here in the greenhouse because it is kind of a miserable day out there today. It is so windy and it's frigid. It's not even supposed to freeze tonight. The low is 43. I'm hoping that stands true because we have our new annuals out there, you know, in the high tunnel. Anyway, I thought we would pop in here where it's warm and soak up as much heat as we can before we head out to do our projects. I think it's like 86 in here right now. I don't know if you can see that, but yep, still 86. The first thing we're going to work on today is repotting that Japanese maple that we moved from behind the greenhouse yesterday up to the front area. It has sunk about a foot in its pot, and I don't know what happens to all that soil over time, but eventually, or sometimes, you need to take trees out or plants out and repot, and so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to add in some land and seed compost, some fresh soil. The tree should be very happy. It's looking really good in its container. So we will do that first, and then Nathan Malad with Malad Tree Farm, he is coming this afternoon with his small tree spade, and we are going to move 3 trees. They're all going to go out into the dirtlands, but they're all evergreens. We've got a blue spruce near the pond that's going to be sort of in the area that we're going to do the dream stream. It's kind of in the way. So we thought, well, wow, it's still cool. Let's get it moved. So we'll move that one. We're going to move an Austrian pine that we already moved from the pond area to this back spot. I'll show you all of these. But anyway, we already had it moved once. We're going to have it moved again because now we want more of a berm kind of where it's sitting. And then there's a blue spruce out in the south garden that we're going to move as well. And then I don't know what else we're going to get done today. Kind of depends on how things go out there. I just thought, let's get really hot in here. You can see I'm wearing my coat because it is so cold, but in here I can get nice and hot so it actually feels good to go outside. That's the Japanese maple right there. Russell has the right idea. It's like his new favorite spot. Huh. Okay, here we go. It's a beautiful tree, and I just spent a long time trying to figure out what variety this is, and I couldn't find when I planted it, but I'm sure we did it together. Whew, brr. I don't mind a windy day here and there, but boy, it's been windy for days. I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of it. But this tree, it comes out with beautiful orangey red color, and then it turns to just a nice medium but bright green for the rest of the season. And if we get closer in here, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Well, maybe it's not a whole foot down, but it seems like that. And you can see that it kind of rocks there, so I don't think it's going to be difficult to ease it out of the container. But what I thought we could do is kind of walk it, because it is a big pot. We'll kind of walk it over to the grass and tip it right here and do all of our repotting in this area before we find its permanent location, which needs to be somewhere protected from the afternoon sun and preferably protected from the wind. Okay, let's get this done. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, thankfully. So now we can add some fresh soil to that pot, and I went ahead and just wrapped the tarp around the root ball. I don't want to expose the roots to all the wind. And this is what we're going to use, a bag of land and seed compost, and then I had a whole bunch of part bags of the potting mix. I don't feel as cold as I did.
Yeah.
I finished it.
Oh, you got it.
I did.
Nice.
There it is, all done, repotted, watered in. Now we need to move it somewhere protected.
You want me to get the cart?
Probably. I will need help with that part.
Okay.
I'm thinking we take it kind of toward the south side of the house over there, or in that realm. Oh, look at that, you guys. That looks so much better than it did before. And then we've got a lot of goodies around it, fresh potting soil, the compost. Otherwise, I would have probably added some starter fertilizer or some tree tone or holly tone or something like that in to recharge the soil. But it's got plenty of goodies now to feed on for a while. Here's Aaron with the cart. Do you remember what variety this is? Oh. Oh boy, right through the willow. You got it.
I can't see.
You just go straight. You're doing good. When you come off this brick sidewalk, it's a little, like 2 inches down. So be prepared for the bump down right now. Okay, so this right here, you guys, is where we had it last year and the year before, and it was very happy here. And even though I just planted a Tamu Keyama Japanese maple right there, I want to keep this one happy and healthy. So we'll just pop it in the soil right here, and we can tap into this drip system. I forgot to run drip up through the center hole. You and I might be able to walk it, or if you go backwards over this, you might be able to do it a little bit easier. Okay, a little bit further, and then that's good. Now if you set her down. Okay. Does that look level? Does this side need to come up?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Good? Oh, thank you. Oh, it's so beautiful. Maybe we could just start a little Japanese maple collection in here. There's a couple of branches that I did not clip out, even though they don't have leaves. It looks like they're working on it. See back in here, they're still nice and green, and they've got new growth right there. So I'll give them a minute before I trim those out. This is just the most gorgeous shape and color. I just love it. Let's go get our drip supplies though, so we can get that one all attached to the drip system, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. I'll fix that. Thought it was going to come out in more one piece. This. Oh, I did miss it. Oh, I can't see it yet. Perfect. Thank you. These, this, and then a little piece of the black. All attached to the drip system. I really wish I would have remembered to put my black drip tube through the bottom hole, but such is life, sometimes we forget. And I'll need to bring a landscape staple over here when I think about it next. I left enough to where I can bury this drip tube in the mulch over to the base of the pot, at least to where you only really see it out this side, and that's not the angle that you're looking at this pot from. You're either looking at it from straight this way or pretty much straight this way. So in the end, you won't really see it. Perfect. A happy tree. I love it. And Nathan is not here yet, so I think I'm gonna go grab some sedum out by the high tunnel, and we're gonna get that planted right in front of the meadow rue we planted the other day. Oh yeah. So this is the cotton candy rue we planted the other day. It's a brand new plant coming out next year, 2025. So we're just trying it out this year. It's supposed to grow quite tall, like 36 to 40 inches, I think, if I remember correctly. And the midnight velvet sedum only grows about 22 to 26 inches. So it'll be a beautiful layer down from the meadow rue, and I think it will be a beautiful contrast in leaf color between the back to the fuchsia. There's a honeybee out braving the wind. Anyway, it looks beautiful contrasting the back to the fuchsia salvia and the green leaves of the rue. I think it's perfect. I kind of want to pop one back in here too, so it kind of like all blends in together. I don't know, we've got 7 of these. And look at them all back here. They've turned a lot more burgundy since we got them in. Do you remember when we initially looked at these, when our perennial load came in? The leaves were quite green, and they have really deepened. So gorgeous. Yep, that is beautiful. I love it. I was going to tuck the one in between the salvia and the rue here, but there are more salvia plants starting, little babies. So I think we'll just let those go for it. And the beauty of planting sedum is we don't need any fertilizer. They don't like it. So we're just gonna get these in the ground real quick. Shouldn't take us long. They're here. Malad has arrived. We didn't even get a sedum in the ground yet. So we're gonna dig all the holes here for these trees, I think, first, and then we'll get them all moved. So this right here is the first spruce they're gonna move. I decided in this kind of triangular shaped bed to do a trio of something instead of just a singular plant. And we do need more blue worked into the border around the south garden, so I think it's gonna look really nice out there. But I'm gonna try to real quick get these sedum in the ground. I've got one of them with its root ball exposed, so I at least need to get that one in the ground. Then we can go take a look at the other two trees they're gonna move. And there are the sedum looking so beautiful. I just love it. I knew the second we put the maru in the ground that this is where the sedum needed to go. And I think that they're just as beautiful pre-bloom, like in bud stage, as they are in bloom. And these come out kind of a mauve first, and then a kind of rosy red. And I do have these in other areas of the garden. And when I very first read the description as the flowers being a sort of red color, it made me a bit nervous because I didn't know if it would go along. You hear Paul, he's pounding in T-posts for the dahlia rose. Again, another very eventful day around here. But anyway, I didn't know if the red color would go with the rest of my kind of pastel pink purple sort of color palette out here, but they absolutely do. They blend in beautifully. This is a zone 3 through 9 plant that the pollinators love. They don't need to be fertilized. They like full sun, poor soil. They're just a all-around good plant. And oh, so beautiful. I did manage to nick a water line and I had to repair that along the way as well, because of course I did. Okay, now I'm going to follow these guys around as they're digging trees because I just find it fascinating to watch. Cut it.
I was gonna say I got a knife too.
There we go. So the next hole they're going to dig is right over here where this white flag is kind of waving, right in here. And that will be for an Austrian pine we have out behind the barn. Okay, well here's this blue spruce. This was the one that we moved from the pond area along this fence line. It looks really nice right here. Got it all watered in. So now we're gonna head to the other side. We'll take a look at the others. Well, there is the Austrian pine in its new home, all watered in. And I love it right here, just seeing another evergreen go in along this fence line. It's really starting to fill in, and I'm just really enjoying it. And that looks really good there. And there's the first blue spruce that they moved near our compost piles. So the one on the left is the one we use. That's an actual compost, and we use that as a mulch. And then that mulch right there we use in the walking paths in the cut flower garden. They complement the blue spruce nicely. They just make such quick work of things when they come out here with that tree spade. I mean, if we tried to dig something like that up, it would be so hard. It would be a lot of work, super heavy, and they get it done really, really quickly. And you guys, with that, I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's been very productive, very windy, and I am about shot. I need to go and take a shower. I feel like I have dust in my teeth at this point. But I'm thankful for the plants being moved around in spots where they can live forever, hopefully. And I'm happy for another productive day. And the sun's out, so that's nice. It feels good. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.